Tonight, as the world superpowers prepare for next week's historic summit meeting, we present a full edition documentary on the Soviet Union. Inside the Gorbachev Revolution.
Good evening, I'm Barbara Frum. Since Mikhail Gorbachev came to power in the Soviet Union in 1985, he has stunned the world with his sweeping political and economic reforms to the Soviet communist system. Tonight, in part 2 of our documentary examination of those changes, we take a close-up look at glasnost, the Russian word used to describe the new policy of openness. Our documentary crew has recorded the new freedoms being exercised by Soviet writers and musicians, journalists and filmmakers. But they also expose the hidden limits to those freedoms which still exist. The Journal's Terence McKenna reports from the Soviet Union.
The Grand Palace of the Kremlin, the seat of the Soviet government, has come the startling admission that the world's greatest socialist revolution has gone wrong. In the latest official view of Soviet history, Lenin is said to have ruled according to the correct principles of socialism. But now Stalin is accused of perverting those ideals through his ruthless purges and repression. Khrushchev is credited for putting the revolution back on track through his period of liberalization. But Brezhnev is denounced for reimposing Stalin's stifling authoritarianism in a period of stagnation. Now Mikhail Gorbachev promises to put a new face on communism. His Glasnost campaign is a call for more openness and honesty in Soviet society, which he sees as a return to the principles of Lenin.
Наша сила, говорил Владимир Ильич Ленин, в заявлении.
In Leningrad must apply to the Association of Amateur Artists. This underground band called Luna is now officially recognized by the state and even provided with a room to rehearse in. But the musicians are not happy with political interference in their rock club. They complain that Communist Party hacks are always trying to change the words to their songs. Of course, anti-government lyrics are out, but so too are any references to sex, drugs, or even alcohol.
Well, I had written a song about a drunken man who was happy. I mean, everyone is happy when they're drunk, right? Well, the authorities asked me to make him unhappy. I had to write a song about an unhappy drunk. And then another song I wrote talked about naked women dancing in the streets, and I was told to dress them. In other words, they don't want to hear things that will shock them, so you can't say what you mean. Happy becomes unhappy, naked becomes dressed, and so on.
The Gorbachev Glasnost policy has produced more substantial results in the film sector. This film, called It Is Not Easy to Be Young, is an example. It's a documentary look at young people who feel alienated and oppressed by the Soviet system. The film even criticizes government suppression of rock and roll and the